Well, boys, thanks to the new shop upgrades, I can't wait to start the next project.
Yeah. By the way, what are we going to work on next?
I don't know. But isn't there something we forgot last year?
Dad, can I have a little help?
Oh, man!
No! Yeah! Come on!
Cheers. Alright. Welcome to Monroe County's finest. I'm Nate.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Rick. And as you guys can see, we're back on the C-10. It's been a long while.
Too long.
Let's get the new parts.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There she is.
Beautiful sight.
Oh yeah.
What do we got here, Ricky?
Well, we were just going to narrow the original 10 bolt and move the leaf springs in because it's kind of a budget project. But we went a little crazy.
But with also going a little crazy, we got a broken axle.
Yeah, we're on Marketplace and we picked up this rear for really cheap and found out that why it was so cheap, that this axle had a blown C-clip eliminator in it. Also that this axle is very slightly bent. So we're not quite sure what happened. Everything else, I went through the rear, everything else seems to be very square, ready to go. So, enough of that, but we'll now be going to ladder bars.
Yeah, we got these nice new ladder bars that you went to the auction.
Yep, Maple Grove auction.
Yeah, Maple Grove auction.
Ladder bars.
Stuff. Yep.
Yeah, so we gotta also figure out the measurements, make sure this is placed in properly. So we don't have too much of a rough ride, and then it actually serves a functional purpose, and it's not just there to look nice.
Although I do think, for the fans' point of view, you got to tell us what this axle is and what this axle came out of. So this 12 bolt came out of a Chevelle, right? That's what this originally...
I believe it originally came out of a Chevelle. The guy that I bought it from had it in a Nova. He narrowed it and had it under a pretty fast Nova from what I understand. He said it was a nice second car. And we tore it down. It has Richmond gears in it and a spool. We believe the gears are 488s. So that'll definitely...
Oh, that's going to be a torque monster.
Yeah, that'll definitely get the 31s rolling.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
We bought some new axles for it. I guess we'll unbox those next. As you can see, we picked up some new strange axles. We're going to open them up, make sure that they're identical to the ones that I had in here before, just not broken.
Ooh.
Nice and shiny.
We got some shiny parts in there. We got decals. You got to have your decals.
You worried about stickers?
Yeah, man.
Look at that.
Beautiful. Look at that. That completes it.
Now, if only we were sponsored by Strange, you know?
Yeah, hint, hint.
All right, so you want to give me that knife again? Let's take one out and...
I already see a problem.
What?
Oh boy.
The C-clips aren't on them.
Well, the C-clips might be in here.
They were supposed to be pre-pressed.
Let me look in this one box, because I think the C-clip eliminators are in here.
I know they're in there, but they were supposed to be pre-pressed.
Oh, that's not good. We might have to... Yep.
There they are.
Although... Oh, no.
They're definitely...
Yep. All right, well, let's take a look, see how they compare to what we originally had.
They look like the right ones.
Yep.
Yeah. The new ones are actually a little beefier. I don't know if you can see that on camera.
Yeah.
This one's straight splined all the way. This one actually has a little more beef to it.
Mm-hmm.
And beefier here too.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, well, let me get on the phone with Strange and see why they didn't press my bearings on. well, we got a hold of Strange, and apparently I forgot to click the little button that said, please install my C-clip eliminators. So we're gonna press them on ourselves.
Yeah, no pressure.
No, lots of pressure.
No pun intended.
Oh. So first we got the, oh, we got a little dirt in there already.
Dirt already.
Yeah.
Nothing
First
sacred.
the seal. That's the outer holder. Then we need the bearing.
Bearing.
Put a little silicone there, they say. If it ever comes out, there we go. All right. Then we're gonna put this pipe on there that we reamed out so that it'll fit. And that is gonna put pressure down in the center of that bearing and hopefully push it on there. Put this in here. Push that tight. Make sure it doesn't move. Probably should put a clamp on there or something, but we'll be all right once we get pressure on it. Make sure that's center. Pretty well center there. Just gonna put this plate on there so we don't mess up the nice little sticker.
I don't want to do that.
All right, give it a little pumpy. Hold on. Lube. Lube. There you go. I don't want to get too much in that bearing. Yeah, give me a rag. There we go. Now we talked to Strange, and they say that we can just bottom this on out, that they machined it to the right depth already.
That's good.
I know the old ones you used to have to press it until it had a certain depth here, but they said not. We made sure it's definitely seated. We measured it. This is called the wedding ring. This actually gets pressed over this too, and then this gets inside the housing. So we gotta press that on now. That feels pretty good. And there she is. Pressed against. Good to go. Let's see if it goes in the car. In the axle, I should say.
So while Mike is sitting there and finishing up that axle, we're gonna take this axle over to Rick. And while we do that, he's gonna be cutting up the axle housing for the shaft to go in.
Yeah, we gotta cut down. There's normally on this axle there's a flange where the original bearing sat. The guy before me with the old C-clips had cut it back this far. Now we gotta cut it so it's flush with the second groove. To the grinding. There it is. Just gotta clean it up and deburr it, and then grind out the edge, and that ring just centers this backing plate. So actually it's pretty well perfect right now. I just gotta clean it up a little bit. I got cut it off and we smoothed it down. And we cleaned up all the old gasket and cleaned this up, and I'm just gonna test fit this on here. That ring holds the backing plate in place for when you put the bolts through. But before we do that, we gotta assemble the studs. You wanna grab me an axle? You got it? The axles actually have threaded in lug nuts, or lug studs, I guess you'd call it, that get put in the backside. We're just gonna screw these in, and then we can actually install the axle.
I'm gonna change out this and at least place it on there. You think that's good?
Yeah, well, you
And then,
you can take that off and clean off the old gasket that's on there.
Yeah.
Got a new
Got a new cover for the back end.
That's beautiful.
Since Nate's taking up all our working area, you know.
That's all right. You need to turn that.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of cleaning there to do there, bud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do.
There's one.
There's one. Let me get the other one. And the correct torque for these is what? 90 foot-pounds? Is that what they're saying?
90 foot-pounds for the lug nuts. They didn't give me a torque setting for the.
For these?
No, they didn't give this one.
Really?
Couple ugga-duggas.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right.
When all else fails, give it an ugga-dugga.
Oh yeah.
Ugga-dugga complete.
I agree.
Better. You're so smart.
Yeah, I'm good for once in a while.
They're having a very interesting conversation over there. This is a small little glimpse of what we normally do. One of us is usually working, or two of us, and then the other is messing around in the background.
Listen, normally it's you messing around in the background.
I didn't name names for a reason.
Yeah, I brought you a really good scraper. Ever use one of these?
Nope.
Don't hurt yourself.
Don't hurt. Seriously, don't grind it too much. It will.
I know. I don't
remove. Got that?
Maybe. We got eye protection.
Oh, yes, yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. We're all business and professional around these parts.
You gotta stay
Yeah.
safe. Go ahead.
I don't want you to lose a pretty eye there, buddy.
I feel like you didn't put it on right.
Well, that's why I was kind of surprised you asked me.
Alright, so I just got done wiping everything down. This got all cleaned up. Gaskets all cleaned off. And we're gonna move on to the guys next door.
All right, what we're doing now is we're getting ready to install this axle shaft and get everything together. And what Ricky's doing is spreading a thin coat of the gray Permatex, the good stuff. And that's gonna ensure that the gasket that we're putting on, it doesn't move around.
That stuff's coming out so thin that.
Well, you don't wanna go too crazy. But that's gonna keep this gasket from moving around when we put the backing plate on. And once the backing plate goes on,
I got a better idea. Go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry.
once the backing plate goes on, then when another gasket goes on, more Permatex goes on over that, again to keep things from sliding around. And then once that's on, we're ready to slide the axle in, start bolting everything together, and then it's going to be awesome because it's one step closer to getting this beauty all put back together.
Nate, you want to grab that? Yeah, that centering doesn't hold anything on once the gasket's on there.
Okay, well,
Nate, you want to grab an axle? Because I can't let go of this now.
Yep.
All right.
let's get everything in there.
You go ahead. You can do the honors.
Yeah, do the
Make
honors.
sure you turn.
Put it in like you're putting in a can.
There we go.
There you go. You go in?
Yep. Is it pushing on?
Yeah, we're good. Oh, don't pull on that.
Not trying to push.
I'm just trying to keep it from moving.
Is it the bearing?
See if you can get that. I got this. This will hold that on there. Oh, it should. There we go.
There we go. Clean up the sticker.
Yeah, it's important.
That's
And that-
looking nice right now.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
And there's 4 bolts that go in the back here that thread into that C-clip that we pressed on there. They can't see it now, but
The C-clip eliminator, yeah. What's happening is we have the backing plate right up against the C-clip eliminator. The bolts are coming through everything and pulling the C-clip eliminator towards the axle housing. Make sure that everything stays nice and tight and that the axle shaft itself can spin. Now we're just gonna do exactly what we did on this side, on the other side, and we're getting slightly closer to having the axle itself be all done and ready to go into the C-10.
It's glorious.
Yeah. All right, so we got the diff cover on. We didn't torque down the bolts just yet. We're waiting for the sealant to firm up a little bit more before we do.
yeah, and once that sealant's dry and we torque those down, we can torque down the bolts to hold down the bearing caps so it gets a little extra strength.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool when it's in. It's
I
gonna
can't
look
wait.
perfect, but we're gonna do that in the next video. We're gonna start actually working on putting this into the C-10.
Yeah, we got a lot of measuring to do, get that ladder bar set up, so you guys will see that all next time.
And that being said, this is Monroe County's finest. Thank you very much for sticking with us and watching what we're doing. And we see you next time. And cheers to that, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
See you next time.